I'm Dennis.
I'm Dennis as well.
Fuck it all, yeah. And we're hanging out with Rob at Punkvideosrock.
Yeah, actually I'm Ben.
How's it going? British Invasion tour day one today.
Yeah, get in a swing.
I think we're all a little bit tired, and I mean, you just flew in from Ukraine, so you're knackered.
17-hour flight in total, so I'm pretty jet lagged right now.
Dang.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you guys just released a brand new track. This is the lead track from the upcoming album, The Black. Let's jump into talking a little bit of the production of the record. First of all, obviously, how different was it for you two working together, on music together?
It was easy.
Really natural for me. Yeah. It didn't feel like we got a new vocalist at all. It felt
right.
Yeah, it was really easy. It was good. A lot of fun.
Now you already had music, already written out. So when trashing that, did any of that music come still to life on this new record?
A little bit, but not a lot. Like, we've got a song called Just a Slave to Rock and Roll, and there's parts of that we actually wrote that song. That was part of the original album that we wrote, but other than that, I think there wasn't a lot. It was we pretty much started from scratch and just went at it as a new force, a new band, a new group of writers, new mindset.
And I've heard you guys, or you mentioned that this is like the first record that it was very collaborative with the whole band. Why do you think it was hard to get the whole band involved for the first three records?
Well, I just think it got to the point where none of us really enjoyed doing it. It was more stress than it was fun,
Right.
Just arguing back and forth, especially with Danny not liking anything ever. So it just became stressful and a chore, and it was easy just to sort of be like, fuck it, Whereas this time it was a lot of fun, and we all were on the same page, and we all wanted the same end result, and it was fun again for us. So
now let's put Dennis on the spot real quick.
2 inches.
What was he? We've all heard that one before. What was he struggling on during the recording process? What do you think he had the most trouble with?
Health, if anything. I mean, there was not really a struggle during writing or recording this record. It was straight fun, Good times.
Yeah. And the first two records, you guys worked with Joey Sturgis. Did you guys do the same on this one, or did you guys do something different on this album?
We've been with Joey since before Stand Up and Scream even came out. We've stuck with Joey.
What is it about Joey that you guys, are with him, 100%?
We've grown with him since, like I said, since before our debut album. So he knows us and we know him. We're very close friends. And going into the studio with him is it's an easy environment. There's nothing scary, or it's fun. It's like sitting at home and chilling, right. But we get to create awesome music at the same time. So
I worked with Joey before on my old band too. The only thing that I can say is nothing but good times working with him. Like, he is on the same page. He is hands-on on everything with everything. So, and he knows what exactly we're going for as a band, what kind of sound we're going for. So
with the single that came out, which is the lead track, The Black, can you talk a little bit about The Black? What is it?
It's a song. It's probably the best song
the album
ever. Actually, this album is just The Black 12 times. So get used to it. If you don't like it, I don't know what you're gonna do. It's the only song on the record.
Have you guys had any negative feedback so far?
Not that I've seen. I don't think so.
It's been amazing so far. I don't know. Our fan base never fails to amaze me.
Yeah, very supportive. Just overall positive vibes, and even people that didn't like today. We got premiered on BBC Radio 1 by a DJ called Annie Mac, and she's a huge DJ over in the UK. That we weren't given this much love ever for anything we've ever done before, but
right.
With this record and this single in particular, everyone's really on board with it. Everyone seems to love it. So
now, aside from having him on the band, what do you think is different from the music today?
I think we're happy again, and it shows. You put this record on, you hit play, and from start to finish there's an energy and a vibe that goes the whole way through this album that it makes you excited. Like, if there's an aggressive part, you feel aggressive. If there's a sad part, you want to cry. If there's a happy part, you feel overwhelmed with happiness. It's just everything feels perfect, whereas before we kind of lost that passion and that drive. So you'd put the record in and the songs could be cool and yada yada yada, but there was nothing really there to suck you into the record itself, whereas this one, like I say, from start to finish, I really think it captures you from the very first note until the very last note.
Looking at the track listing, there's one song that caught my attention. Track 7, "Send Me Home." Can we elaborate on that track?
I mean, it's being away from family. It's basically about being on the road, being in a different city every day, and you know, no matter how great it is and how much fun you're having, there's always people that you're going to miss, whether it's your girlfriend or your mum or your dad or your sister or even a pet. You know, if you're away, it doesn't even have to necessarily be about a musician. It could be anyone in the army or anyone that's gone away for school, just anyone that's away from their loved ones. Being put in that position is tough and it takes its toll. No matter what it is you're doing, how fun it may be and how important it is to you, you're still always going to be leaving behind people that you love, and it's just kind of a song that is good for us to get off our chests and let people know, yeah, we love doing what we do, but you know, we are missing a lot of things back home. And
Now, starting from Chain Reaction, for example, from that stage to the arena stages that you're doing today, how much do you feel you've grown in the stage presence that you guys show to your audience every show?
I'm definitely about the same height as I was back then. I think been about 6 foot since the beginning, I reckon. But no, I mean, I don't know. You just grow and you adapt. You know, it's when we first went out to arenas, we were like, oh my god, these stages are huge. What do we do with them? Right. And now it's almost got to the point where if we're on a small stage, we're like, oh my god, I don't know what to do with this small stage. So you just grow and you adapt and you learn, and you know, over the years you have different shows, not just production wise, but just that you yourself put on depending on what environment you're playing in. Right. And they become sort of stuck in your mind and just you're set in that way. It's like, okay, it's automatic, this is the side stage, you don't even think about it, you just behave a certain manner, whereas if you're on a huge stage you just behave a completely different way. Right. It's very strange.
Now, for you, Dennis, you've been involved with other bands before. What is different about Asking Alexandria? Like, what does that feel that you get?
I mean, everything's different. First of all, yeah, a whole lot of them, especially on this tour. It feels like actually a British tour.
It is a British tour.
Yeah, British invasion.
You outcast.
Yeah. I mean, everything feels different, you know? Like, I'm a frontman in this band. I used to play only guitar and sing choruses and stuff like that. But it's a whole different experience.
Do you feel the pressure now that you are the front man?
I mean, at first when I just joined the band, right now it's just flowing.
It doesn't even feel like he's a new singer. Like I said, but even when we were writing, it just feels like this is always the way it's been. Right. It just feels so right. Yeah. You know?
And when you guys came back to Warped Tour, the first time for you with the band, but it was your first time as a band since 2011, I want to say. Yep. What was that like for you guys 3-4 years later? Can't even count. 4 years later.
I loved it. You know, when we got presented with the opportunity to go back to Warped Tour, there was a lot of people behind the scenes that were just saying, "Whoa, what's the point? You've progressed. You've gone to bigger stages, bigger festivals." Right. But for us, it was never about that. It was about, yeah, but Warped Tour is the core fan base, the core audience that got us to where we were. And so to us, going back to Warped Tour, it was a real treat because it gave us the chance to reconnect with those diehard fans that have stuck with us from the very beginning.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was my very first Warped Tour too, ever.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so
it was
sick.
It
was sick.
Mess.
Yeah, I mean,
but a good time.
It's nothing but a good time though still.
So if you guys had the opportunity to come back this year, you guys would jump on it or maybe think about it?
I mean, there's a possibility, you know, if the offer's there. I think it's best to keep mixing things up, you know. It wouldn't make it as special if we kept returning and doing it over and over again, but you know, it's definitely always a good time. It's basically like being in summer camp with your best friends, right. But there's no teacher telling you not to get drunk. So you're just drunk at summer camp. It's right. Awesome.
So the Black drops March 25th. You guys are starting the tour today. Why should they, 1, come out to this tour, and 2, pick up or pre-order the Black for March 25th?
Everything about it is fucking sick.
Yeah, it's the rebirth of us. We're where we have longed to be for so long. We're all happy, you know, and that really shows, even not just in the record, but live.
Right
yeah.
And lastly, you guys are co-headlining on this tour, right? Yeah. Do you guys plan on doing a full headline tour for the record?
Yeah, of course. I think the first actually, the first tour we're doing right when the record comes out, it's a headliner, but in Australia, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
So,
tease us, man.
and then we're doing Asia, so still no America there yet. But no, we're trying to figure out what we're going to be doing across the states. So
with a smash for sure.
For 2016, not 17 or 18.
16.
2016 and 17.
All right. Cool. Well, I'm glad to have hung out with you guys. The last time I actually sat down with you, actually.
I was going to say, when you walked in, like, pleased to meet you, introduce yourself, I was like, I'm glad I didn't say nice to see you, because I thought I knew him, but clearly not. But
Well, I got used to doing that because sometimes they're like, oh, nice to meet you. And I was just with them like 2 days ago.
Right.
So, but yeah, Chain Reaction was the last time I saw you guys. Well, not saw you guys, worked with you guys, but I've seen you guys progress, and it's insane how much you guys keep growing, especially the stage presence.
still 6 foot, bro.